Welcome guys, this is Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Today I'm going to talk about this massive 4-person sauna from Sun Home. My initial impressions of this is damn. Like honestly, I have no other words. Like this thing might be quite possibly my favorite indoor infrared sauna I have ever tested, and I have tested quite a few at this point. I'm going to give you all of the details of why I absolutely love this sauna, who I think it would be good for. Also, I'm going to start off with kind of a couple call outs, a couple of maybe what you would consider like the negative aspects to get that out of the way, but don't let that stop you from watching the whole video, because if you are looking for a modern, luxury, high quality, low EMF, like all of the bells and whistles sauna that you could desire, please stick around, watch this full video because I'm going to tell it to you straight. Also, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, and if you want to go ahead and purchase this sauna, please do, and use the link below, the like button. When you use that link, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help our channel, gives us a small commission. And then lastly, as always, this is an honest, transparent review despite the fact that the company has sent us this sauna. Okay, so let's start off with, I think, the biggest call out to this. The thing that's probably going to stop most people, or at least most people kind of considering whether this is the right sauna for them, it is the hefty price tag. It is $13,499. Now that is pretty pricey for a 4-person infrared indoor sauna. If you go on Amazon or Wayfair or other websites like that, you'll be able to find infrared saunas with a 4-person capacity for under $10,000. However, there's a couple differences between something like this with Sun Home and then something that you're going to buy off of Amazon. One of the biggest call outs to a lot of the products from Amazon is they only offer mid-infrared lighting, whereas with this one we have near, mid, and far infrared wavelengths lighting that goes ahead, gets deep into your core. We are going to touch on that in a moment. Another thing to kind of consider about a lot of these other saunas that other companies sell is, though they claim to have a low EMF rating, it's not quite as low as something like we have tested with Sun Home Sauna. Now I'm speaking in generalization, like obviously I have not tested every single sauna out there available, but I would say most of them run around like a 4, maybe even a 5 EMF, whereas a Sun Home Sauna is like a 2 to a 3. So if you are concerned about your EMF levels in a sauna use, then Sun Home Sauna does offer a very low EMF rating. Now the thing with near, mid, and then far infrared, with those other saunas, you know, you have your mid, so that's going to create a sweat for sure. It's going to get to like a skin level detoxification. When you add in that far and then that near, you're also penetrating deep into your tissue, into your organs, creating that ultimate detoxification that is essentially what you are after when you're using a sauna. So the fact that this has all three, whereas those other ones generally only have a mid, then this one obviously outcompetes the other. Now another thing to consider, and this is not necessarily a negative, but obviously something to consider, the thing is massive. The entire dimensions on this are 94.4 inches in length, 55.1 inches deep, and then 76.7 inches high. Now, it does weigh 925 pounds when assembled, so obviously you are going to have a dedicated space for this. The website says this is just an indoor sauna. I would agree with that because the roof is essentially not weatherproof at all. However, I think that if you do have an actual covered porch outside, you can definitely place it out there. But just keep in mind that if you do keep it outside, you live in a cold climate temperature zone, then it is going to take a lot longer to heat up versus if you keep it in your house, it's going to take less time. Having said that, this thing, it didn't take long to heat up, especially given the fact that it is so big. It goes to temperatures of up to 165. Again, outcompeting a lot of those other saunas that maybe reach 140 to 150 that you're finding on like Amazon or Wayfair or other websites like that. This goes to 165. When we went ahead and set it, we timed it, it took about 25 minutes to heat up to that full temperature range. Another call out and just something to consider, this does require a special cord. You are going to have a a 240 volt and then a 5300 watt 22A voltage. And then the plug needs to be a NEMA L6 30P. And then a dedicated outlet is required for this. So you are going to have an electrician come out, wire the amount of power and then the outlet that you need, and make sure it is that dedicated outlet in order to use it. Okay, so I've given you all of my negatives, all of my call outs to this. And honestly, it's nothing really bad. Like in terms of the function, the durability, nothing like that. This thing is built like a tank. It's massive. But I want to tell you the first positive thing, and that is the assembly. So we have assembled so many saunas here. We actually have assembled some by Sun Home Sauna that honestly were like a hot mess the whole way through. That is not the case with this one. In fact, we have a full video review on the assembly process if you're interested in checking that out. But I mean, essentially it's 4 panels that lock into place. The entire assembly, there was 4 of us. It took us just a couple hours to wire everything, to get the panels into place. There's no sort of like screwing that you have to do. It essentially is all pre-built. You lock it into place. Another thing that I absolutely love about this is that the benches are removable. So you don't actually have to have your benches screwed down. And one of the benefits to that is that you can do hot yoga in this sauna. Like you have plenty of space. I think even 2 people could do hot yoga in this if that's something that you want to do. We have tested other saunas that claim that they have removable benches, but it has just become a cumbersome process that I didn't even think it was worth it in the hassle that it took to remove those benches in order to do like a hot yoga session in your sauna. That is not the case with this one. They are lightweight benches, although they are sturdy, and you essentially just pick them up, set them outside the sauna, and you are ready to go. And again, I mean, I gave you the exterior dimensions, but the interior feels just as big. The interior dimensions on this are 85.7 inches in length, 50 inches deep, and then 76.7 inches high. It also comes with premium built-in Bluetooth speakers that surround the entire sauna. It was very easy to connect my Bluetooth to the sauna. So if you are somebody who likes to get up early, listen to podcasts, listen to audiobooks while you're doing your sauna session, the speakers on this are absolutely quality. Another positive to this is it does feature chromotherapy lighting. I've talked a little bit about chromotherapy lighting in the past in some of my other sauna videos. I love to hear your thoughts on chromotherapy lighting. Do you think that the color of the light actually affects your mood, actually changes like your physical attributes of your body? I am not completely sold on it, but I do like the feature because I love the ability to just change the colors. It does feel a little bit more relaxing having like a red or like a soft blue while I'm doing my sauna session instead of just a white light. Now, my personal experience using this sauna, hands down, some of the most comfortable sauna benches and then comfortable backrests I have ever used. I love the design of this. When I sit down, it almost creates like this nook for my body. It has this nice headrest. A lot of times we have saunas that are either slanted back, which I do like, straight up and down, which I don't like, or this curved back design that they say is going to help contour and like create a better, more comfortable sitting position. I don't find that to be true. These almost like cradle the body. You can really relax into them. So I think that they are the best of both worlds in terms of like a slanted design and then a contour design. I found them to be really comfortable, loved using them. And I mean, guys, like, again, this thing is beautiful, but it's also incredibly comfortable. This is an integrated full spectrum heating system. So again, you have your near, your mid, and then your far. You have 12 infrared heaters that essentially surround the entire cabin. And then you also have 2 front panels with red light therapy and also infrared mixed within that. So you can actually set the time amount that you want your red light to be on. When you purchase it, it does come with red light therapy goggles and then also sauna hats in case you want to use those. But I really like that feature because let's say you want to do like a 40-minute session in your sauna, but you only want to do 20 minutes of red light therapy. All you have to do is go ahead, set the timer on the red light therapy panels. It will shut off after 20 minutes. Take off your goggles and then enjoy the rest of your time in the sauna. You can also go ahead and download the Sun Home app. They are continuing to add classes to it. So a lot of their classes right now are geared more towards like meditation or breath work or relaxation. And I really liked using them. They're, again, updating their classes constantly. You can also control your sauna from your app. So if you are at work and you want your sauna to be ready by the time you get home, you can go to that app, turn it on, set your desired temperature, and your sauna will be ready and hot for you when you get back. Now, on their website, it only has one review so far, but it was given a full 5 stars. I would absolutely agree with that. Like, I know that the price tag is hefty on this, but in terms of everything that this sauna has to offer, if you have the space, if you have the budget, and you are looking for a luxury sauna, this is absolutely the one I would choose. I love the tempered glass. I like that there are lights on the outside of the sauna, just giving it a little bit more like luxurious modern feel. I felt like it was incredibly comfortable while I was using it. It heated up fast. It stayed really hot. I was sweating by the time I was done. I love the addition of the red light therapy panels that aren't like an additional cost. They're just added into that total. Everything that this has to offer makes it absolutely one of my favorite indoor infrared saunas. Love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. This has been Lindsay with Garage Gym Reviews. Peace.